Hi everyone, this is my water infiltration cycle presentation. I start off by going over the layers of the soil, my humus, my topsoil, my subsoil, my fragmented rock, and my bedrock. By placing these on popsicle sticks, it provides a visual for students. I think it's great that we have this connection to the earth layers because it provides another connection into science. My second has to do with how I put these things together. I went to the dollar store, I found small cups, I put holes in the bottom, I put push pins on the side so that they could tower. This is an example of what my tower looks like. I'm trying to rush because I've done this 6 times and they all are over. This is what my water mixture looks like. I went to the local lake next to me. I got some water. The water wasn't murky enough, so I added some topsoil to make it look yucky. Then from there, I have my tower layers. My first layer was made out of gauze. I used the gauze because I wanted it to mimic the root systems that I find in the top layer of my humus layer. After that, I put the alum because the alum reminded me of a dirt layer. After that, I had my subsoil, which was made of sand. By me, we have sand in our subsoil layer, so I thought that would be a great thing to put in there. Underneath that, I had fragmented rock. I used charcoal used for that because that reminded me what the fragmented rock layer would look like. And I also used a coffee filter to hold that so that it wouldn't go through. After that, I used bedrock for that layer. I used pebbles and the mesh so that the bedrock wouldn't, or the pebbles wouldn't go through as it was going through the filtering. Finally, I have my water flowing through the filtration systems. You can see it from the top and all the way down. And then from there, I have my unfiltered versus filtered water. You can see how my water is all yucky and gross, as opposed to my filtered water, which is absolutely clean and probably drinkable. Then I go through my scientific inquiry with my 5 features from the National Research Council. First question, learners are engaged in scientifically oriented questions, and I would agree with that. Some of the questions that I came up as I was going through is what is an infiltration process? What are the layers of the soil? How do these layers help water? What materials should I use to make the system? What order should I put them in? And how do I arrange the system? The second question in the science inquiry, learners give priority to evidence in responding to questions. And I said by answering questions and having knowledge, students can plan out how they will begin the process of creating an infiltration system. The third one, learners formulate explanations from evidence. Through trial and error, students can make observations and draw conclusions through the process. Number 4, learners connect explanations to the scientific knowledge. Connections can be made that take out preconceived notions because students are researching, they are creating, they are testing, and they are also making modifications. I actually made modifications myself through the process because when I was going through this, my holes in my sand was not in the filter wasn't large enough, and I had to make them larger to allow the water to come through the system. And that was one thing that I learned, that actually sand is a good filter, so good that you need to make your holes larger. The last one, learners communicate and justify explanations. By placing children in large group settings, we allow them the ability to talk about their observations and understand things by working in groups. The last thing I have is my video about how my infiltration system worked.
Here I have
and
my
I'm
water
going to zoom through to the very end so that you can see how my infiltration system worked at the very end.
Is my bedrock layer, which I
And you can
have
see how the water filters at the
we're
end
gonna
and how
take
it
those
is
final
all clear. And I appreciate you all watching my video.